What's up guys, it's your boy Jordan back with another video, and you guys have been asking me for this video like crazy. Recently I posted a video sharing my favorite low budget Facebook ad strategy, and you guys blew that video up. It got a ton of views and comments, and I really appreciate you all for that. But one of the most frequent comments that I saw on that video was, please make a guide to scaling on a low budget. So this is something that I didn't have when I was starting. I didn't have this resource or this video to tend to, so I know that this is going to help you guys out a lot. And the strategy that we're about to talk about is one that I don't see many people following, and one that has been absolutely crushing it for me on my new store. So we're going to jump into my computer and we're going to reveal that shortly. But firstly, I just want to say thank you guys for all the subs I've been getting recently. We're so close to 10K, so let's keep pushing forward, and I know we'll get that soon. If you like the quality of this content, you know what I'm about to say, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. And also, if you're looking to network with other e-com entrepreneurs, my free Facebook group is down below. But anyways guys, I know you're ready for this value, so we're gonna jump into the computer and we're gonna talk about this strategy. Okay, so as you can see, I've pretty much outlined the whole strategy. Usually I'll type these things as I'm going and as I'm talking, but I wanted to stay as organized as possible in this video because I'm going to be throwing a lot of numbers and just things at you guys, and I want you to be able to grasp it all, and I want it to flow cleanly. So I just wrote it all down here, and I'm going to be revealing each thing one by one. But yeah, so if you're interested in scaling and these things, this is something where you need to be taking notes and actually paying attention to what I'm saying, because you could just be watching this video for entertainment or maybe to feel like you're doing some work, but if you don't take this information and actually apply it, then you've pretty much just wasted your time. So make sure that you're taking notes and actually applying this information, and I'll be interested to hear the results that come out of it. But anyways, let's get right to it. So the first thing that I wanted to put in here is the criteria that I would look for before I began scaling. So if you're looking to have a successful ad set or find one that works, go watch my other videos, Facebook Ads Blueprint, Low Budget Testing Strategy. This is how you'll figure out what my testing strategy is and how you can launch products and, get them going. But once you've done this and you've launched a couple products, what you then need to do is look at the stats, see how the product is doing. And the main things that I look for is, does the product have more than 2 sales in the first, let me add this right here, in the first 24, 48 hours. Okay. 2+ sales, above 4x return on ad spend, and a profitable CPP. Basically, when I say return on ad spend, it's just a metric that tells you your ROI on your campaigns. This is beginner stuff, but even now and then, I still get people messaging me saying, what is return on ad spend? If you're confused about any terms, Google them, look at my channel, you'll find the answer. Don't be lazy. But yeah, that's the main criteria that I look for. So after we find something that hits on that criteria, then we're going to kill the losing ad sets within our campaign. So this is after, like I said, 24 to 48 hours. Once we're able to identify the winners, we can kill the losers, and then the only money we'll be spending on is campaigns that are doing well and performing for us. So let me take this off right here, and we'll go by the next steps. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is set up a retargeting campaign. For me, 100% of the time, retargeting campaigns have been the cheapest, highest ROI conversions that I have ever received. Basically, I have a whole video on my structure for retargeting campaigns, but what it is you're working with an audience of people that has already seen your content or engaged with your website or product in one form or another. And we like to call these people warm audiences because they're more inclined to buy than somebody who's never seen your stuff before. So we set up a retargeting campaign and we start blasting the people who view our videos, who visit our page, and that's what we do. And the thing with retargeting is, like I said, go watch my video. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the structure, but it just consistently works because, like I said, the customer has seen our stuff. They're feeling already comfortable with our brand, and this is usually when we hit them. It's like a low-hanging fruit. We pick it off the tree. The second thing we're going to want to do is set up upsells. So when it comes to setting up upsells, you just want to kind of hit on the bases. I have videos where I talk about this, but I'll run through now what I think you should have essentially. You should have quantity breaks on your product page or some type of way that your customer can bundle and save when they purchase your product. I'm telling you, even if it's something that you think people won't purchase 2, 3, 4 times, people will. They'll get it as a gift. They'll have another one for storage, whatever it may be. But trust me, I've yet to find a product that people don't buy multiple of. So after that, then you're going to want to set up an upsell that I always call frequently bought together. And basically it's just it's a product on the product page that is similar to the one that you're selling. And what happens is people see this, it's related. Not everybody adds to the cart. I think we get like a 2 to 3% conversion on this, but that's not bad. 3% of people are doubling the cost that they spend on my website. And then they're not going to talk about the last upsell, which is one-click upsell. It's really good to have on your store, but it's expensive, and we're talking about a low-budget scaling strategy here. So we're going to X that. But one-click upsell is the last thing I would recommend, or just any post-purchase upsell. So anyways, those are just the prerequisites. This isn't even the strategy yet. So I just wanted to include those because remember, if you're starting on a low budget, you need any type of way for you to be getting more cash flow into your business so you can reinvest. And setting up a retargeting campaign along with the upsells is really going to help you do this because the retargeting campaigns are going to be profitable and the upsells are going to make your margins shoot up. So let's talk about the strategy now that you have all these things in your brain. So the first thing that we're going to be doing for the strategy is actually launching a video view campaign. So obviously you're going to need to have a video for this to work. I don't really think it works with photos. I could be wrong though, but I've always done it with videos. So after you've launched your video view campaign, this is the things that you want to pay attention to. Inside the video view campaign, you want to set a broad interest. Multiple broad interests, like I said, 1 to 3. And the reason why we're doing broad interests is because with a video view campaign, Facebook is going to be able to go out there and find really cheap conversions. Now, in this sense of the word conversion, I'm not talking about purchase. I'm talking about video views. So Facebook's going to go out there and get a ton of people. And if we go really broad, it makes it even easier for Facebook to identify who those people are going to be. When you're doing your targeting on this campaign, don't go extremely broad. As a matter of fact, either pick just one country. It's worked really well in the US for me, but what I suggest to you guys, if you're on a general store on a low budget, do the big 4 countries. So that would be United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. These are pretty much the top tier buying countries. There's other countries that buy, we know this, but I'm just telling you this is like the top tier ones. So we're going to set up the video view campaign with that. And what's going to happen is that once we start spending on this video view campaign, the CPM is typically going to be extremely cheap. So we're going to be getting a ton of reach and we're going to be getting a ton of people watching our content, which is great because it gives us a ton of data to access. And that is where the real money comes in with this low budget strategy. So basically, instead of spending a lot of money targeting the cold audiences, which works, it just requires a lot more testing. With this method, once you've identified a product that has potential, this is going to allow you to scale it slowly but effectively because you're going to be taking the step initially to gain the data, and then you're going to be capitalizing off of having that data with this right here. So after you've gotten your data, this is not necessarily related, but this is part of the scaling process. On your original ad set, this is in that first campaign that you were working with, you want to increase the budget on that winning ad set by 10% each day that it performs well. Now, the reason why I say 10%, it's really low number, but firstly, it's a low budget scaling strategy. And second, 10% is not overwhelming to the Facebook platform. I found that if I try to double the budget or if I try to scale it like drastically one day, like adding $100 to it, it just kind of crashes and burns. But with the 10% increase, I find that the ad set actually does quite well in terms of performance. And it scales slowly, but it kind of grows on like compounding, I think is the way you would call it. Because you'll say you go from like 5 to 7 and then like 7 to 9, and then it just keeps building and building and building. So every day that you see your ad set hitting above 3 to 4 return ad spend and it's profitable, increase the budget on it. But let's focus on the other strategy that we were talking about. Even though this is all the same thing, this is where the real money comes from. So we launched this campaign and we let it run for like 24 to 48 hours, 48 hours ideally. This is the part where you guys need to screenshot this, take notes, whatever, because this is going to help you out significantly. After you've been running the ad set for 48 hours, getting the views coming in, you want to build a custom audience with the views. So building a custom audience is really easy. You just go to the asset library here. You know what? I'll show you guys. All right, guys, sorry about that. My computer froze up. But anyways, now we're inside of the asset library. You can access this at the top here in the audiences. And now we're just going to go to the create audience tab. And once we're in the create audience tab, you're just going to want to hit custom audience. And then you're going to want to go to engagement because that's what we're looking for. We're going to go to video, and then we're going to choose the engagement type. Now, if you see here, I talk about which ones we're going to be doing, which is the 75% and the 95%. So for this example, we're just going to pick the 75%. And then right here, you would click choose videos, and you would pick whatever video you want to do. Ideally, it's the video you spent all the money on, and then you would just name your audience, and you'd be all set. So that's how you create a custom audience, and we'll move forward now with the rest of the strategy. So after you've set up your video view campaign, you've built your custom audience, then you're going to want to wait for the audience to populate. It should take like 30 minutes to an hour. And after you see like this, like a number here, then you're going to want to create a lookalike audience with the video view audience. Creating lookalikes is really easy. You just check the box, and then you can hit actions and hit create lookalike. And then from there, you would want to put the locations that you targeted. So let's just say we did US, for example. You're going to want to put the locations, and then this is where you guys need to pay attention. So in a lot of cases, I would suggest that we go 1% by itself, 2% by itself, 3% by itself. But in this case, just to save some money, we're going to group everything together. It's still going to be a lot of ad sets, but you know, every dollar counts if you're on a low budget. So we click show advanced, and then we're actually going to want to go to 6. So then we're going to go scroll this up, and excuse me while I try to drag all these properly, but basically this is what we're going to want to do. So we'll go all the way to this. So we have 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, all the way up to 6. And then you can go through and do the rest of them if you have enough budget to handle this, but I think this would be enough for most people in their situation. And many people probably will say like, oh, well, if you did the 1%, why would you do 1 to 2? And if you did 2%, why would you do 2 to 3? It's all separate entities. So 1 to 2% is a completely different audience than just the 1%. Same with 2 to 3, same with 3 to 4, so you don't have to worry about this. But then I'm not going to make this right now, but you should just hit create audience from that point, and then you will have your lookalikes set up. So after you have those set up, then you're going to want to put them in their own campaign, and once they're in their own campaign, you want to give them a $5 budget. Okay, cool. So hopefully you guys got all of that. It's not too complicated, you know, but for some people that are just starting out, this might sound like Spanish or something, but I promise you it's simple, and I'm trying to make it as easy to understand as you possibly can. But I know this strategy works, so I've tested it a few times, and I've had like a 4 out of 5 success rate with it. So that's what we're doing. We're checking for ads with this criteria. We kill the losers that aren't in that criteria. We set up retargeting for extra money. We set up upsells for extra money. And then we focus on the strategy, which is, as we just talked about, launching the video views with these criteria, increasing the budget on the original ad set that works. Probably should have put that above the video view just for organization. And then after that, we set up the video view campaign. And let's talk about what's next. So basically, once you got that thing running, you just want to pay attention and look for winners with this criteria that I talked about. When I say that, I'm talking about the lookalikes. So you want to find audiences in the lookalike campaign that have this criteria. And once you find those winners, then you just scale by doing this. Now, what's going to happen when you do this? You're going to have more audiences running, even if it's on a low budget, and you're going to be having retargeting going, so your margin is going to go up. If you set up your upsells properly, you're going to be making more money. And then when you start increasing your budget gradually each day, which is super cheap, you're going to see your sales climb gradually. And once you feel comfortable that you have enough cash flow, that's when you should refer to my other videos about scaling, and you can use some of the explosive scaling strategies like duplicating to a higher budget or the other things that I talk about, which there are a few, especially inside the 0 to 100 program. I probably have the most in-depth content about scaling that I've seen. I've been through a lot of courses, so you guys should definitely check that out. I'll put the link down below. But if you can't afford it, don't worry. The free content is still going to come. But so far, the reviews have been just over the roof for the program. So it would be awesome to have some more people on the inside of there. But anyways, guys, a couple more things about this. It's slow. It's like a really slow way to scale, but it works and it can gain traction after like a week or 2 weeks of following this and increasing each day. If the ad sets are looking good, you'll see a significant increase in your numbers for sure. And the last note here, what did I put? Oh, I wrote down the total spend too. This is obviously on an estimate basis, but you could still get an understanding of how much money you would need to do something like this. So we would probably spend around 120 to build data, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then we're spending about $50 a day to test the lookalikes. Probably even less than that. We got 6 audiences here. 6 times 5, that's 30. So $30 a day to test, and you'll be killing the losers on the first, second day. If you don't know how to kill an ad set, I have a video called "When to Kill Your Facebook Ads." Watch that video. And then once you found your winners, you know the rest. You follow this process here and continue to scale. And basically, it's just increasing the budget. And really, in theory, once all the losers are done, once you've got all your winners established, the rest of your ad spend is going to be profitable. So it doesn't even matter how much money you spend. You should be spending more. But anyways, guys, I'll pull this back up. I'm not going to sit here and talk through it again. I'll scroll through it. You guys can take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. But I really hope you guys got some value from this one. This video was good to make because I enjoy actually writing out my strategies and seeing them on paper. It also helps me too because I can teach my employees how to do this stuff and continue to automate my processes even further by just sending them these videos. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I got another video coming for you this week. We're going to be talking about employees. I'm going to be breaking down my full structure for this new brand that I'm building and giving you guys some insight on how I'm seeking out to find employees and hiring them. But that's all I have for this one. I know it's a lot of value, so if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Also, check out the 0 to 100 program. I'm not going to sit here and pitch you guys all day long, but I'm telling you it's good stuff. It's the best content that I've created all in one package. And if you're struggling with your business, I can assure you that it's going to help you push forward a little bit more or a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, that's all I have. So I'll see you all in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Talk soon. Peace.